another very special episode of Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Gigan. Very unusual support. You might notice that this is a level 3. And that's probably because this is the one that you're probably going to get the most use out of at the lowest cost. If you get my gist. There are lower level ones, but 250 and under are not very common in what most people are going to be involved in rated and or quick match. So let's get down to this unit. It is a support that comes in at the 200, 250, 300 and above. It's capable of ground and space. The space version of it is a flaming piece of garbage. And it has a ballistic resistance of 11. And I forgot to put this to natives. There we go. Ballistic resistance of 11. A beam resistance 8. A melee resistance of 11, which is actually quite surprising. A native range strength of 20. A native melee strength of 10. Also, again, it's surprisingly decent. A movement speed of 120. Not too bad. And a thrust gauge of 45 actually. 46 because I got the boost. Not bad. Not bad at all. I believe it has a close range slots of 8, medium range of 5, and a long range of 7. Oddly enough, it does somewhat favor having some close range. As units go, it's pretty good. Now, I got the boost, so those are slightly different. That's why I had to check it real quick. For equipment, you have the 4-barrel 120mm Gatling gun, which is really good for chipping away at people and for not mucking up, which what the cannon often does, your team members. It has the claw, or the claw arm, which does respectable damage, doesn't have the worst cooldown, and can actually be useful on this unit. Then we have what most people are probably going to get the most use out of, the 180mm recoilless cannon, which again does good damage, has good stagger, and for its cost, a very good range on it. Then we have the tried and true coaxial machine gun, which is mounted on the head. So it's a nice weapon. You can use it, by the way, when you're boosting away. So if you're trying to get away from someone and try to build up stagger to kind of help, you can actually flip to this weapon, start boosting away, and shoot them. It does modest damage. For skills, we have high performance radar, high performance scope, high performance balancer. The fact that more low-level supports did not have this is ridiculous, because it makes them so much more like slow tanks, and I think actually hurts them in a lot of cases. There are some cases where I agree they shouldn't have it, but oh my lord, the fact that this has it does actually help this unit a lot. High spec AMBAC 2, high performance aerospace gimbal, and observational data link, which allows people to see, you can see right there. What do I think of this unit? I think it's a really good unit for its cost. It can be quite fun, it's well rounded, and it does its job. It's not a monster when protected and at long range like the gun cannon can be. It's it's not some of the other units, but it can basically kind of hold that mid-range follow-up kind of thing for a lot of teams. It can do some pretty respectable damage. It's a fairly decent unit, especially if you're trying to get the hang of things and you want something that's a little closer to the capabilities of raids and, well, of course, generals. This unit will probably do you well. I give it 2 thumbs up. I think it's a fantastic unit, and let's see how it does with its Zaku shoulder pad in the match to come. Hey, welcome to the match in the Gigan, which I'm sure is said another way, but I have just noticed while looking at this that it has a Zaku 1 shoulder armor on the left there. The Gigan is one of those interesting units where I think it's actually pretty good once you kind of realize its full potential. So I'm going to test out, yep, you can boost and shoot your head Vulcan, which is nice. But it's a really good unit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up here initially because I want to try to get a shot into there. Because I saw them starting to gather because I think they were after 4. So I'm just going to lob a couple shots and then I'm going to try to move up because I don't want to be this separated from my team. And in a moment you're probably going to see, yep, there's jamming. I had a feeling there was a stealth unit, so I'm going to get over here and start turning around. Now he fired too early, so I'm going to get a shot off at his legs. I'm going to fall back up here, but I'm going to switch to my melee because this has balancers on it. Punch him in the face, but unfortunately my legs are so crap that when I try to get over here to draw him towards my team, they give out. Now I can't remember I actually got the shot off there, but I did at least distract him long enough that I wasn't completely ripped apart. Now I think he's about to get goofed. He got goof trooped right there. So I tried to make sure I brought him over where my team members would get a pretty easy kill. Now I'm going to drop back in here. And I believe I'm going to go for the high ground. But I'm going to keep trying to stay as reasonably close to my team as I can. So I'm going to try to get position up here and be able to get a shot, but I'm like, no, so I move up. So the Gigan is pretty good because it is actually pretty decent at repositioning. So here I am switching over to the Vulcan so I can just start pounding away at some of these guys, because I didn't want to trip my dudes up, you know, and I had a feeling that if I fired like right there, that would happen. I don't know why that guy went after me as opposed to any of the other people, but we'll finish off their Gigan and we'll just keep harassing this poor guy here. And he's gone. And there's a Chemoof, oddly enough, and a pilot shooting me. At this point I only spend a couple seconds wasting with him, but then I'm like, you know what, I need to actually focus with what's going on. So I start rattling away. Now with the machine gun, or the Gatling here, it's good to use when your team's in the mix-up because you shouldn't really mess them up or trip them up. And then switch to the cannon when you have clearer shots. At least that's how I operate it. So we're hanging around here waiting for one to be able to grab this spot. And, you know, still alive, that's always pretty good. Gigan is such an odd unit. I believe it was, oh, there was a shot. It was one that, in the original treatment of Gundam, or at least the television show, it was supposed to be what destroyed the Gundam unit. At least that's what I've heard. So I'm going to take a preemptive shot, and we're just going to trade Gatling. And bink, missed him. So I'm going to move up to support one here. That's why I switched over to the Gatling, because I didn't want to trip him up. So I only fired there because I thought I was going to get a sneaky shot. So I come in, help finish him off, and then I turn again. Again, I'm trying to stay as close to my team as viable. I want to be there to support them, throw my fire in, but also if I have a little bit of trouble, be able to get some help. So I'm going to dink around up here just for a few minutes. Because one, I don't really know what's going on down there, so I didn't want to just jump into the middle of things. But I don't see anyone coming in. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to decide to just jump down here so I can try to help my team a little bit more. I think I tripped my one dude up there, but
So I'm going to be a little bit more reserved with the cannon. And there we go. Once you have an idea where people are, and you can, if you can time it, you can let them get their strikes in and then hit it with the cannon. So I noticed I got 2 stealth units, so I was trying not to follow them, but again, I'm a Gigan. I have limited options. So I threw some fire down there, and I took a little bit from their Gigan and just fired down, because I'm trying to help where I can. Ooh, that poor guy took one heck of a beating. I would not want to be that other Gigan at the moment. So I'm trying to time for when the chem move came out, but I couldn't quite manage it because I hit his shield instead. Ooh. So I'm going to switch over to the head Vulcan. Now the head Vulcan's good for peppering people. Oh, we'll finish him off real quick. The Camoof is going to push me, I believe. I don't know if I pissed him off earlier, but he'll keep coming after me. Which I do feel bad. I don't like to drive people nuts in games. I'd rather it be a fun match. But, I'm trying to hang in with number 1 here. Because he's got some stagger capability, he's got the melee options, so for me it's just a better situation to hang around with him. So I'm going to push up, and I'm going to completely flub that, but I'm going to try to basically pepper this guy with firepower, and the Camoof is going to come straight for me. Which is not the worst move, but I'm almost dead, and I'm going to die here in a second, because I fell off the ledge. I didn't get my shot in. But he's not going to last very long, because number 1 is going to do him in. I believe anyways. Number 1 or number 2. I can't remember who kills him. But the Gigan's a really good balanced unit. It's got the cannon, it's got the head Vulcan, it has the Gatling, so it has a lot of chip damage capabilities. And it has balancers, so you can occasionally catch people off guard. So I see my dude's mixed up over here, so I'm trying to come in and, oops, he moved into my shot. And I'm going to follow my own rule and go over to my 1 weapon. And we're quickly finish a couple of these guys off in a second as I chip away. And when I do that, it's going to let my dude finish him off, and I'm going to just try to chip away as much as I can. And there we go. 2 of them gone, liquidly split. But it's a really fantastic unit. It's got balance, it's got options, it's going to fire off victory rounds. Costing the government money! So let's see how we did. I don't think I did super well, but I think I did respectably to show off this unit. So, no board position, but congrats on my dudes here. Number 4 was a beast, but 4th place with a nice kill ratio. Bye-bye!